So
why don't you tell me about the game that you're playing?
Let me tell you about the games that I've been playing. Actually, I've only been dumping a ton of hours into one game, and this is a game that I've owned for a while now, but haven't touched. Pokemon Sun.
Sure.
Oh.
Not Moon, but Sun. So
Sun, really?
Yeah. So over Christmas break, I ended up getting my sister Pokemon Moon because I already owned Pokemon Sun, and I was planning on doing a review for it, but so much stuff, whirlwind of things, and I also wasn't playing video games at the end of the year, but because of work.
A lot of
TZR,
PAX East prep. Catch us at PAX East March 9th through 12th.
But regardless, so I jumped onto it so I can start doing the review, and at first I was kind of put off because they've made the game different from what I remember a lot of the other games being, just slightly different, but a lot of those slight decisions kind of marred some of the experience. Like, for instance, the first 3 hours is literally me running down a street, dialogue cutscene. Run down another street, dialogue cutscene.
You know what? I've watched a couple of Let's Plays,
dialogue cutscene,
and I totally see that. And like,
all I want to do is Pokemon battle. Yeah, and it gets so frustrating.
But like,
Ride my chocobo.
I feel like I'm playing Persona 4 by the suggestion of all of you.
Hear me out for a second.
The first 3 hours of that game is dialogue.
It's a different kind of game.
It's a different kind of game.
You're
so
a
how
different
is it?
mindset. Because
now, you see the whole thing.
Because you play Pokemon with the intention of battling Pokemon. You play
turn.
Persona in the.
I played Persona with the intention of playing a JRPG, and instead I was just watching a story.
No, you're trying to go on dates with cute girls.
Yeah,
that's what that game's for.
If Persona 4 could do away with the entire dungeon thing, and all I could do is just every day just talk to people and see what's new.
Those are called dating sims.
Yeah, well, you know what?
They exist.
I'm a lonely
But he also wants to go to band camp. So
I like them both. I like both, to be honest. Like, that's a perfect. I don't even want to get into Persona. Like, that's
okay.
Whole different topic.
So Pokemon Sun, right? What I did notice, there's a lot of that. Like you remember the past Pokemon games. You go in, talk to some professor, and then you get your Pokemon, and then your journey begins. This was like you talk about what's going on. Oh, you just moved to this island? Well, here's your new cousin. Oh, he's the professor. Oh, the professor wants to walk you through the town. Oh, okay. Let's walk through the town. Okay, you talk to everybody. All right, let's go talk to the kahuna, the big kahuna who has like your Pokemon. And then like, oh, okay, great. And then you learn about that and you're like, the trials and like, this is different. There's no gym battles.
I already don't care what
you're talking about. Exactly. And I'm like, at one point I'm like reading this. I'm just like, oh my Lord, get out of here. I pick my Pokemon. Great. You get one battle. And then
it's back to cutscenes.
Cutscenes and dialogue. Just let me go.
Wow,
just let me go.
That's horrible.
It gets painful, and then after the third hour ish, right, of me going through all that stuff, like even when you get to your first city, it's boom, cutscene, boom, walk down the street, cutscene, boom. You want to go cutscene?
That sucks.
Because what I've
it was
heard
painful
about this game more than the other ones is that they really tried to emphasize the story in it.
There's too much of something that I don't care in that game.
And it's not what Pokemon users are used to.
Not what people play Pokemon for.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I am getting better. I'm getting more attached to it only because the Pokemon, I've gone through most of that like story that I don't care about because they turned me off. That wasn't my fault. That was their fault. Like, and as I'm going through it, it does give me this like childhood sense of wonder where I'm just like, well, what's that Pokemon evolve into?
Yeah.
I don't really want to use it, but I want to know and I don't want to look it up either because I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Sure.
And then I realized, oh my God, Eevee's evolving without a Firestone, with a stone. And then I realized, I remember that there's like day and night, whatever. And I was like, all right, I'll let you go evolve and see what happens. Oh, that's cool. You know, that's been the saving part to me. That and also there's the trials are stupid easy. That's not saving it for me. That's actually more on the negative side. Let me continue harboring on the negative side for a second.
Sure.
Also, after
sounds
you
like
encounter,
there's more negatives than positives.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it now, but I'm gonna keep playing it until I see the full like breadth, right? Because it is changing for me, and I feel like there's a shift.
Sure.
But another thing that I really hate is how easy they've made Pokemon games nowadays. Like the new experience share. Obviously, you've known from like the previous game. Shares experience between the entire party, not just the person who's equipped with the experience share. It's the entire party that gets experience. So you're pretty much over leveled by the time you get to your first gym battle, which makes it stupid easy. So I've turned that off. The other thing now that they added is if you've encountered that same Pokemon before, you now know its strengths and weaknesses, and
it shows you.
Your moves are listed as super effective, not effective.
Wow,
so you don't have to memorize all of the different.
No.
But there's a lot of different elemental
I can understand
things.
there being
I don't know.
There are, but
honestly, I kind of feel like I would enjoy that because I feel like the last time I played Pokemon,
but see,
I was like constantly like, which one is Rock and Steel and Dragon and who?
I mean, if you're fighting a Rock Pokemon, you're like, okay, Like, I'll use a water move on him,
at
you know?
least 15 different types of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy amount to
Well, I
remember.
feel like
each
now
one.
there is, because now
That's
there's
what I mean.
fairy and all this other bullshit.
In the original Pokemon, it was not that bad, but now that you have fairy and steel
metal,
and it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
See, but
Who can
like
memorize all
what
that?
I thought, well, that's just the thing. Like when it becomes like like the division of who's better than the other player, you know, when there's like battling. Whenever you wanted to be like a Pokemon master, I remember back in the day with Red and Blue, I remember looking through guidebooks and like studying. Almost study just because I wanted whatever team you have, I want to know that I can counter it, you know?
Sure.
And like that doesn't exist anymore if you're just telling people what to use.
It seems even just like a casual playthrough. It's like literally holding your hand in every battle.
You can literally just like if you were to have an AI pick the super effective move every single time, I mean that's literally what I've been doing. But I mean, in a way, it's been still enjoyable.
But how's that different from what normally you would just know to pick that move? It's not like it's I
feel like it just seems like it's dumbed
there's
down.
like a sense of satisfaction to know that a move does something well. And sometimes the move doesn't do what you think it's going to do because the Pokemon is actually a mix of two different types.
Yeah.
And then there's like a surprise element to that.
I feel like, if I was in your shoes playing this, I would just feel like incredibly patronized. Like a couple hours into the game.
That only shows up if you've beaten that Pokemon before, or that shows up all the time?
That shows if you've fought against that Pokemon before.
So theoretically, there is no surprise.
At least I think that's how it works. So far, it's been like that. Yeah.
So so it's not like there's a surprise. Theoretically, you should know.
No, but here's the thing.
You've played against them before.
You've played against that Pokemon before, but did you use all the moves?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The last thing that I've noticed about this too, and something that I'm starting to rethink about all the other Pokemon games, is that I feel like Pokemon, like the journey that these 10-year-olds go on, is literally just an excuse for their parents to be like, get the fuck out of here. I want a vacation. Because the beginning of the game is literally the mom being like, oh, we just moved to this new thing. Yeah, why don't you go get your Pokemon and, talk to your cousin about that stuff. Yeah, go do the trials and stuff.
I'm going to go talk to this cute Hawaiian guy over here.
Exactly. She's a little distant as a mother. At least I felt when I was playing.
Yeah.
When I was reading her dialogue. But it was funny. It was a weird realization. But
that's how all...
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure that's been a thing since Red. So,
that's just it. Like
that's
this
how
one...
like video game, anime, Japanese mothers are, where they're
Go
like,
on
I want
your
you to just have your own adventure. Get out of here.
Get out of the house.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
No, that's all I have.
So I was gonna say, changing gears a little bit. I know there's another game that you're playing, and I want to know more about this because a lot of people have been trying to convince me to play it, and I sort of just don't care right now. But tell me about your experience with Fire Emblem so far.
I thought that was gonna be part of the news topics, but all right. Has anybody else here played Fire Emblem?
Have it on my
I played Fire Emblem
series
games.
Fire Emblem, but not Fire Emblem Heroes on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I played.
No, I have played no Fire Emblem at all.
All right. Well, for those who haven't played Fire Emblem games, it's like
a tactics RPG.
It's like an RTS, but much more like a board game-esque kind of like tactics.
Like Advance Wars.
It's like Advance Wars or Final Fantasy VIII
but
Tactics.
your characters don't move as far.
So it's like
Right,
a
and they
tactics
move
game.
in place.
So what you're saying is like tactics? It's like a tactics game?
It's exactly what it is.
I'm gonna punch you in the face. But yes, it's kind of like a tactics game.
All right.
But it's kind of it's fun because of the fact that it reminds me of Fire Emblem. Like, so it has the very anime-esque art, and the dialogue. Honestly, I've skipped through all that shit because it is boring as fuck. But the context of the app itself is fun. It's the basic premise of the game is there's a bunch of different stories or a bunch of different chapters you go through. The main story arc is like there's a woman who's like bored, and so she summons a bunch of heroes from all the Fire Emblem games, and then she has them fight you. And so you, as a summoner of your world, real world, in now this magical realm, summon other Fire Emblem heroes to fight her Fire Emblem heroes.
So it's just random exhibition matches.
Well, sort of, except for there's I mean the place and the setting, I feel like it doesn't really have any real sense of like story or plot or addition to the actual experience.
Okay.
It's just here's the map, here's your units of 4, here's their units of 4, go, right? And the cool thing about it is it borrows from the same thing as the tactics of Fire Emblem, rock paper scissors kind of thing, where it's like sword beats axe beats lance beats sword, right? Archers beat flying things, but then flying things beat something else that I don't remember.
Sure.
And you get to change out your units. To get more units, you need to use these orbs, and that's where the app part comes in. Right?
I was just gonna say, when does it start hitting us with the app?
When does the microtransactions
Yeah,
start?
exactly. So the game itself, you get new heroes by putting in these orbs, and then it's like a roll. So you have little I'll call them booster packs, right? And the booster packs are by specific like sagas or games.
Sure.
So there's like the Marth saga where you could potentially get him, but there's also a bunch of
probably
trash
not.
characters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's the Roy one with Lynn, and I think Lynn was in
Wait,
that.
I can name other characters. Ike.
I haven't seen Ike.
Marth.
Lucena.
I've seen Marth. I haven't seen Lucina yet.
Robin.
I mean, he was in the beginning
Crom.
cutscene.
Crom.
I mean, he was not. No, he would be in the Robin one.
Those are just
I
all the
feel like-
Smash characters.
yeah.
That's all.
Right?
I think
I feel-
Crom was
That's
from
all.
Awakening, I think.
Oh, was he?
And Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yeah.
Tokyo Mirage shit. Sorry. So when you get like, I'm assuming you unlock more. I haven't gotten too far into it. I've only played for maybe 4 or 5 hours, but you get different booster packs, and you throw in these orbs to get a random hero, and then the random hero you can use and level them up, and play previous chapters or play new chapters. And
But it probably Fire Emblems you, where if one of your characters dies, then they're gone forever.
I thought that, and they said something about that, but I'm not sure if they took that out for the beginning of the game or something, because my character has died a few times, and I'm like, well, I can't restart it because it's now. I did try to restart it like I do at Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't cheat.
I could totally picture
Yeah.
having some system where it's like he dies and it's just like
And then you have
it's like,
to
oh my
get
god,
the-
if you want to get your favorite character back, you better pay $5.
There
Yeah,
is-
totally.
you know.
Sorry to touch your lap. That was weird. But there is a thing where if a character dies, they did say you can revive your character by an expense of some resource, like gems or some shit.
Sure.
It's always gems. But there are I think there's 3 different types of currency. There's orbs, there's gems, and there's something else that I can't remember. All of which do specific things for your characters, whether it be boosting or getting new characters, rolling for a new character, or reviving. right?
Okay.
And then you just play through a bunch of scenarios. And so far, it's been fun because whenever you play a chapter, you get orbs.
Sure.
And you could use those orbs because that's like the teaser. Just like, oh, you want? Let's see if you can get Marth. Oh, you didn't get Marth. You
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
get Marth. But that's the teaser. And so far, it's been fun. I mean, it's easy. You get to try all these different characters. They all have different dynamics. And there is a multiplayer aspect too, where you can fight other people's teams, but they're not fighting you directly. You're just fighting their team, and then the AI takes their team and fights them. And then if you win, you get some more stuff, and so on and so forth. So
Gotcha.
that's how far I've gotten to it. There probably is more features. I just haven't dove in as much.
So I mean, it does sound like the most appy Nintendo app so far, because like
It's Nintendo. Yeah, it's basically if you take Nintendo and you take everything you know about apps and you mix them together and you got yourself.
yeah,
Fire
because like
Emblem.
Super Mario Run was just like a pay once and you have the whole thing kind of
Yeah.
thing. Miitomo was just like
Whatever the hell
we're
that
just
was.
we're just gonna
Yeah.
data mine.
Yeah.
We're just gonna data mine your life.
Yeah.
basically.
But
Yeah.
okay, but it's cool. I mean, like,
It's neat. I mean,
do you have to like Fire Emblem to enjoy this, or is it
no,
like
I've never actually finished a Fire Emblem game. I've played a few.
Yes, but you've played them and you know the characters.
Some of them. I also know the characters. Thank you, Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I was just gonna say probably from Smash.
Yeah, but I do have some type of like I wouldn't say nostalgia, but like emotional connection. Not emotional connection. Some type of connection with Fire
They have an appeal. They appeal
right.
to you.
They do appeal to me. Could
Okay.
be the anime-esque. I don't know.
Sure.
But so far it's been fun. It is satisfying clearing levels.
Mm-hmm.
It is satisfying when your tactics out
When you
outsmart
out-tactic the other guy.
exactly. It's fun because you force them into a position with only 4 characters. It is actually really satisfying. Everything has its own like skills. They do have limit breaks after you do a few attacks or actions. They get like a special move, which is also satisfying.
That's cool.
But I've always been a fan of the tactics genre. I know I've tried to get you into Final Fantasy Tactics forever.
I've played tactics enough, but like I'm not in love with the genre.
Right.
You know. I do like Advance Wars. I do like Advance Wars.
Yeah.
That's cool.